We open with Lou, 2 hours late, strolling into the convenience store like totally unfazed. Shin, our resident stickler for rules, is losing it. Mr. Sakamoto, our usually quiet boss, emerges from the back, reading the newspaper with an almost comical intensity. He suddenly becomes incredibly chatty, lecturing Shin on politeness and then telling Lou to apologize. Both employees are stunned into silence by this sudden loquaciousness, and to make matters even more confusing, he then splits into two Mr. Sakamotos. Then, Lou launches into this crazy flashback about helping her dad, burying sacks in big holes. Cut back to the store and Mr. Sakamoto tasks Shin to sweep the sidewalk and asks if Lou finished prepping the meat buns. Before anyone can even blink, Mr. Sakamoto says, "You look like you've seen a ghost." And then, in front of our eyes, he splits again. Now there are two of them, two Mr. Sakamotos calmly standing behind the register as Lou and Shin scream in terror. Clearly something is strange here, and Shin is losing his cool even more because Mr. Sakamoto has never before been this talkative. Then we cut to the show's shadowy organization who claim a target on Mr. Sakamoto. Apparently they want to eradicate him, which hints at a past that is now bubbling up. Back at the store, Mr. Sakamoto decides that it's time to open up, telling Shin to sweep the sidewalk again and asking Lou if the meat buns are ready. Mr. Sakamoto even says, "You look like you're staring down a ghost," before splitting into two again. It's almost comical how these normally calm, sharp workers are completely losing it. They're basically deer in headlights, staring down a supernatural entity that's posing as their boss. It's absolute chaos. As things settle down, it's time for a family trip. The Sakamoto family heads to Sugar Park, a bright and colorful place where they're supposed to be just chilling. But here's where the episode takes a left turn, because suddenly, Shin's mind-reading powers activate. He can now see the underlying intentions of the people around him, which causes even more anxiety. While he tries to focus on keeping Mr. Sakamoto and his family safe, we see a new kind of threat. The silver-haired pizza delivery man from the previous episodes is back, now on a roller coaster that the Sakamotos are on. It's all a big setup, of course, and the pizza delivery guy gets into a fight with Shin. This guy is from the organization, and he mentions something about clinging to life, making his own death seem far away, a sign that he's not afraid of that kind of thing. When the pizza man goes to stab Shin, Shin jumps away, and they launch into an epic fight on a roller coaster, and this is all during the very family fun time at the amusement park that Mr. Sakamoto wanted. As Shin and the delivery guy are fighting on the coaster, Lou and the older Sakamoto are just watching like it's normal. The fight takes a sudden turn when the silver-haired guy injects some kind of poison into Shin, and suddenly, Mr. Sakamoto turns out to be a master of poison. He tells Shin he was working overtime and was exposed to a new kind of poison. He then says that when someone is afraid of death, they aren't thinking clearly. Meanwhile, the show is playing on, and Lou and Sakamoto are enjoying a slice of pizza, while also trying to process all this new information, while also being incredibly shocked by the two new Mr. Sakamotos who have returned. As Shin is trying to cope with all this information, he gets some pretty intense flashbacks with a voice telling him to hold on. Mr. Sakamoto even starts having an inner monologue about how he's been working with Shin and Lou for years, but they think of him like a talking hunk of meat, he thinks. Mr. Sakamoto takes back the stage, telling Shin and Lou to apologize. He tells them that they look like deer in headlights, spooked by a ghost, before telling them it's time to open up. Lou and Shin's normal routine of stalking is then interrupted by a vision of Mr. Sakamoto's past, which also seems to hint at some supernatural capabilities. Shin realizes that it was Mr. Sakamoto's ability to read intentions that has made him seem so out of sync and different in this episode. And now we get a hint that our normally calm main character might actually be more than we thought. But wait, it turns out that the pizza delivery guy isn't done yet. Now, he is a janitor and claims the legendary assassin is back, which causes Lou to freak and Shin to look even more perplexed. Then, the janitor goes to attack Sakamoto with his knives and Lu and Shin have to intervene. Then suddenly, they're all gone. The episode leaves us with two questions. Can we really trust that new old friend of Sakamoto, Nagumo, and why on earth is this whole thing happening anyway? Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.